Alright, well, let's go out and have a last look round before we join our commentary team before this 10th Scottish Cup final. A great occasion, marvellous setting, wonderful weather, the crowd in great voice, both blue and white, the light blue and white of Kilmarnock, the dark blue, navy blue and white of Falkirk. A wonderfully colourful scene here at Ibrox, and so many replica strips around, the funny hats, the flags. It really is a terrific scene, and we can only hope that the match lives up to the billing and that we really do see a cup final to enjoy and to be proud of this afternoon. Everything is set fair. Sit back and enjoy it with us, and with our commentary team of Billy McNeil and Jock Brown.
Thank you, Dougie. Yes, indeed, a marvellous setting for this occasion and a real carnival atmosphere, as you can see from these pictures all around the stadium. It really is the people's final, the friendly final, whatever you care to call it, but it really does bring a smile to the face of football. No question about that, and two very nervous young men there in the tunnel, the two mascots there. David Wiper, the Kilmarnock strip, the 12-year-old son of Robert Wiper, who's the director of Kilmarnock, attends Belmont High School, and Greg Taylor, who won a draw, aged 10, to be the mascot for Falkirk this afternoon. So they really cannot wait for the big entrance, which will come very shortly indeed. The flags and banners are waving. It really is a party, there's no question about that, but the real business, Billy, will start very shortly, and then we're really talking about football.
Well, that's right, but the atmosphere is really just what you expect in a cup final, and you know, it seems such a friendly atmosphere that you don't always get in cup finals, and it really is nice. And I think the fact that you've got two single teams from vibrant towns, are well supported, and did you wonder if there's anyone left in either Kilmarnock or Falkirk today?
Yes, this marvellous image of the streets and the shopping centres empty in these two towns, as they've all made their way here to fill Ibrox to capacity, and that's a very impressive sight. And to see the flags waving at both ends and all the joy in the faces really does restore your faith in the future of the game in this country. It really is an outstanding occasion, and there the formalities about to begin in the players' tunnel. The nerves jangling among these players, no question about that. You see the different kind of expressions, the different kind of approaches the players have for the match. Ray Montgomery there leading out Kilmarnock, surely never again to play in a Scottish Cup final. He's 36 years old now. He's been a real credit to all his clubs in his career, and he's been 9 years with Kilmarnock, and what a moment this is for him. Drago Lekovic has played in a cup final in Yugoslavia, the goalkeeper. So the fanfare greeting the two teams. They emerge from the tunnel, led by the referee Hugh Dallas. Alec Taunton and the Falkirk Tartan. And just listen to the reception. Well, just imagine the impact of that reception on these players taking the field. Bobby Williamson, the Kilmarnock manager, applauds the fans. 6 months into management, and he's in the Scottish Cup final. There's that resplendent figure of the Falkirk manager, Alec Taunton. First time ever, I reckon, any manager has come out for a cup final in the Highland dress and a kilt, and he's still working hard to wind up his players for the occasion. This is the contrast, the reception for the SFA party of dignitaries. Well, the president on the right there is Jack McGinn. Samuel Brave there, Scottish Office Minister. That reception, I think, reserved for the Chief Executive of the SFA, Jim Farry. Ronnie Hamilton is the chairman of Kilmarnock, introducing the party to the players. And without question, the part of the occasion the players perhaps dislike most. Sam Galbraith there is the main guest, taking the handshakes. 21 Scots in the starting 22. Drago Lekovic is the exception, the goalkeeper for Kilmarnock. The officials here, Bobby Tate is the fourth official. John McElhinney is the linesman, or the assistant referee. Hugh Dallas, honoured by handling his second Scottish Cup final in succession. Sandy Roy, a very popular, experienced official, he will be assistant referee also. George Foulston there is the chairman of Falkirk, introducing Alec Totten. And the mascot there, Greg Taylor. Season ticket holder he is at Falkirk. Jamie McGowne is the captain, going down the line of players. Neil Oliver there, back from 2 leg breaks in his career. Scott Crabb, a horrendous injury also, has been overcome to take his place. And the commanding figure there is young Kevin James, 21 years old. The man who scored in the semi-final against Celtic. And there's just no let-up at all in the carnival atmosphere at Ibrox. Albert Craig there, club captain, not in the starting lineup. Tall figure there of Gordon Brown, who is the director of brands with the sponsors, Tenants. So the red carpets can now be unravelled as the players now break to their supporters at each end of the field. So confirmation coming up now of the 2 lineups. So first, Kilmarnock, a team which is a mixture of youth and experience. MacPherson, Montgomery, Kerr and Lekovic provide experience. Bagan and Burke have only 35 starts in the first team between them. And Gary Holt wears that number 8 jersey, with John Henry fit enough only to have a place on the bench. He's been struggling a little before the match, and he has been left on the bench with Tom Brown and Ali Mitchell. This is how Kilmarnock are likely to line up, with the width provided by Bagan and Burke. Reilly and Holt in the engine room, and that very interesting role for Paul Wright, just off Jim McIntyre, a role very difficult to mark. So Paul Wright plays in his first cup final at the age of 29, and he is the top scorer for Kilmarnock. He's had a career which has taken him from Aberdeen to Queen's Park Rangers to Hibs to St Johnstone and to Kilmarnock. Jim McIntyre celebrates his 25th birthday this afternoon. The man who played for about 9 minutes in the cup final 2 years ago for Airdrie against Celtic, a match in which he picked up a loser's medal. He doesn't want to repeat that experience this afternoon. Falkirk 2, a very impressive mix of youth and experience. Neil Oliver, Andy Gray, McAllister and Crabb provide experience, and the youth provided by Andy Seaton and Kevin James, both members of the Scotland under-21 squad. And the likely formation there, 3 up is the normal formation for Alec Totten's teams. McAllister and McGrillen with Crabb through the middle, and the 3-man central defence there with Kevin James and Andy Gray, protected by Neil Oliver. Kevin James has become something of a household name in a very short period of time. He scored that towering header against Celtic to equalise in the first semi-final, and since then his career really has caught the attention of so many people north and south of the border. 6'7" tall. Paul McGrillen experienced the build-up with Motherwell in 1991 without taking part in the match, and he scored the winner in the replay against Celtic, and then took a very heavy injury which made him a doubt for a wee spell about being fit for this match. But he's there, wearing a number 11, following his prodigy, his man he admired most in the game, who was Davy Cooper, from whom he learnt so much at Fir Park. And a very great honour given to the referee Hugh Dallas. He is refereeing the Tennant Scottish Cup final for the 2nd year in a row. The 39-year-old company director is doing that for the first time since Brian McGinley 19 years ago. So the formalities have been completed, and the real business begins now. The setting couldn't be better. The playing surface is absolutely immaculate, and a real boon for those who believe in summer football. The 1997 Tennant Scottish Cup final is underway, with Kilmarnock trying to get forward straight away and opening up with Gary Holt playing wide on the right-hand side. I wonder how long that will last. The game, in fact, has kicked off just about a minute and a half early, before 3 o'clock, which reminds you of the 1976 final when Derek Johnson scored for Rangers before 3 o'clock, one of those perennial quiz questions. So an easy little catch there for Craig Nelson in goal, and the ball goes behind harmlessly for the goal kick. Falkirk wearing their new navy blue tops, white shorts and navy blue stockings. Back to their traditional garb for the final. Hagan did well in the air. Good first touch there by McGowne, who was fouled instantly by Gary Holt. And immediately Kevin James goes sprinting forward from the back for Falkirk as Andy Gray comes to take the free kick. So it'll be interesting to see the impact of James in these set pieces. That's surely much too close to Bagan Lekovic, and it is. So a wasted run there for the young Falkirk defender, Kevin James.
It really is a waste of a free kick, especially when you've got the height of Kevin James in that box, and it makes it an easy catch for the goalkeeper, settles him down.
McIntyre's head flick. McGowan's first involvement, the Falkirk captain. This is Gray. McGowne looking for Crab. Marker there is Ray Montgomery. Well, Lekovic was threatened there by the chase made by Scott Crab, so he launched the ball into the stand. Andy Gray at the heart of all these set pieces now for Falkirk. Tottenham and Queen's Park Rangers, a Crystal Palace player, and one England cap to his name. Huge long throw there, aimed for James. The snap shot attempted by McKenzie. But even if Kevin James doesn't get to the ball, he does put defenders under such pressure, Billy.
Yes, and it's an incredible length of a throw there. And it does, he's got this uncertainty. Someone that height is always going to cause a problem in the opposing box. And obviously he's going to venture into that area as often as he can.
James with a header. It's Mark Reilly. No one through the middle there for Falkirk. This crowd had gone to the right. Here's Paul Wright in that blocked off roll from the Kilmarnock attack. Superb pass, the flag has gone up. It appeared to be somewhat late and, well, from this angle, questionable. It looked to be an excellent pass from Wright. Sandy Wall was the assistant referee, and the pass played by Wright. It did look as though there was cover in the middle of the fence there from Falkirk, which played him onside. McGowan's header. Box control lets him down. McAllister, 34 years old. Twisting and turning, testing the Kilmarnock defence. Here's Crab. Down he goes. The tackle came from Montgomery. Crab looks for a penalty, but looks in vain. Scott Crab was incensed about that. Clearly believed he was fouled from behind. And I wonder, Billy, if he had a case.
Well, it's an interesting move. You know, I don't think there's much in that, really. I don't think there's enough in that to want a penalty kick.
Would have been soft, I think. Andy Gray lines up the long throw again as the referee has a word with Scott Crab about his vehement protests. Unable to be matched for that high ball. Too far out perhaps for a direct header and goal, but he really is a threat.
Good defending from Kilmarnock though, Jock, here. You know, you see them immediately, they see James on it, they're out, and they leave McGrillen in there in an offside position, but an obvious threat, isn't he?
Good leap by McIntyre against James there. Strong challenge by McGowne. Bagan was held. It's a free kick to Kilmarnock. Wright has been able to move around that Kilmarnock side just off Jim McIntyre and move to the flanks. Very difficult to mark and pick up. Falkirk not going man for man on him. Prepared to depend on a good positional sense. Pass him on. He's Wright again. Playmaker. This is Kerr. Trying to use the pace of Burke. That's a good pass. The early delivery is met solidly there by James. Good defensive work by the young centre-half, but also fine raiding by Kilmarnock.
It's a good ball into an area that's obviously always dangerous to defend, but good defending by Kevin James. But Kilmarnock looked to me as though they've settled that bit better than Falkirk have.
So a set piece here, Bobby Williamson, entitled to be satisfied, I think, with the way his team has started the match. It's good work by Seaton. Wasn't deceived there by the trickery of Bagan. First touch from McAllister was good. Good interception by McGowne. Return pass, asking a lot of the Falkirk captain. Two Englishmen clash there. McGowne was a volleyball international for England in his youth.
Really, I think this is amply provided. He's got it well covered. Nothing's going to happen there. But the interesting thing, Paul Wright's position is troubling Falkirk already. He's stepping back up. He's stepping back in that midfield, picking up the balls and really orchestrating the play from there.
Good dummy by Wright, but no one able to take advantage. Strong challenge made by Holt. His strength in midfield could be vital by Kilmarnock. This is Hagan, full of running power. Going too nimble on the left-hand side. It's time to pass. Now Holt. He's Wright again, coming in that deep position. Bagan now, a chance to attack Seaton. This will be a very interesting contest. Calmly away by Oliver. Good movement there from McIntyre. And here Oliver showing his experience. They're not diving into a tackle on McIntyre, which could have resulted in a penalty. Alec Taunton's not a happy man though. He's out gesticulating to his players.
Good running off the ball by McIntyre. Gets himself into a good position. Doesn't quite get hold of that ball into middle. Now a good pass out in the middle there could have caused all sorts of problems.
Offside decision there against Scott Crabb. Scott Crabb and Paul Wright were the Scotland 19 strikers in Chile 10 years ago together. Look to be Scotland players of the future. This is Nelson with a catch. Confident goalkeeping, applauded by the Falkirk fans. Kevin James picked out a decent pass there to McKenzie. Good play by Reilly. This is Bagan. Breaks for Wright. Oliver has to hurry. Bagan did well. Neil Oliver apologising there to his captain for being caught in possession by Bagan, who looks very lively indeed. Kerr's cross. Met by Oliver. Crabb is penalised for turning Montgomery. Well, he's not having the happiest of relationships with the referee, Scott Crabb. McAllister. Gray breaks to the back for just about the first time in open play. This is Crabb. Bundled over there by Holt. And Holt's strength in that command at midfield, important.
Yeah, there wasn't an awful lot in the tussle, but probably the referee's right. A little shove there, but not an awful lot. But competitive area, obviously.
Boots again, hanging up for James. Good marking by McGowne. McAllister's cross, it came off McGowne, and that'll be a corner kick to Falkirk.
McAllister does well here, he keeps the ball there, plays a ball. It's a dangerous area, and you see the problem that Command have got clearing the ball. Obviously Falkirk have got that height advantage.
Corner defended there by Wright. Here's Seaton. By Crabb, he's offside. Fine turn and volley, but well saved by Lekovic. No argument this time from Crabb. I think he knows perfectly well he was caught.
It's not all that much in it, but good. I suppose you've got to compliment Kilmarnock coming out so quickly, but you've also got to compliment Scott Crabb. He controlled it and hit it well.
Good work there by Hagan and by McGrillen. Well, a battle of contrasting styles here with Kilmarnock's 4 at the back, 4 across the middle. Jim McIntyre at the spearhead, Paul Wright floating in behind him. Falkirk looking to get their wing backs forward, McGowne and Seaton. They found that very difficult so far, of course, against wingers like Bagan and Burke. That won't be easy, Billy.
No, they're always going to be committed, and those two have certainly started impressively. They're not worried. You might have worried before the game about youngsters having pre-match nerves, but these two don't seem to be upset at all.
An uncompromising clash there between Montgomery and Seaton, and referee Dallas will have words with the Kilmarnock captain. Well, a totally uncompromising player.
Certainly was a bit late with the challenge.
So what in the ear suffices. The importance of the occasion not lost on Ray Montgomery, I'm sure. The ball having to be retrieved by the Falkirk substitutes. Paul Mathers there, the reserve goalkeeper. Finds Andy Gray. Once again, James is forward. Down reaches McKenzie. The studs were shown in the challenge by McKenzie. Dangerous play indicated by the referee.
Oh yes, certainly dangerous play, but you know, that area, you're always going to compete for the ball in that area.
So Lekovic with the free kick. Raided well against McIntyre. McGowne was McAllister. Now Seaton. McGrillen offered good movement ahead, but he couldn't control the ball. Matched all the way across by MacPherson. Here's Dylan Kerr. Burke. Careless one inside. Falkirk now trying to calm things down and play some passes here. I find it difficult to take real initiative in the middle of the field, particularly so far in the match. Really no harm to put some passes together at this stage. Offside against Crabb, trying to work that last defender, Crabb. And he's not happy with delay in the pass. That's what he's complaining about. Talking to with his encouragement for his men. The foul is given against Andy Gray. Not a happy man, Jim McIntyre, a very difficult player to match in the air in that position. Gray doing a little bit of clambering over his shoulder. Now, an opportunity. Kevin McGowne and Paul Wright have a lot of power from set pieces like this. Every Falkirk player back facing the wall, and they'll have to send that wall back a yard or two to satisfy the referee. This is a chance without question. I think we can look for Paul Wright and have a dig here. Oh, disappointment for Wright. Difficult Billy for Paul Wright after that very nasty injury he sustained at East End Park. He hasn't really played at all since then. It's difficult for him to come back so quickly.
Well, I would have thought so. He looked a bit apprehensive about taking that one, and really was well off target with it. I think that type of opportunity, you've got to try and test the goalkeeper.
Regular Falkirk ploy that from the goal kick to find David Hagan on the left touchline. Gary Holt has been told to mark him there. He's now in possession. This is McIntyre. Good play by Holt. This is a good opportunity for Kilmarnock. Wasted by the cutback. Gary Holt doing some impressive work there on the right-hand side for Kilmarnock. Strong challenge by Oliver. At the expense of another corner kick. Alec Burke has come across to take this. They're trying, I think, to swing one in the top of Craig Nelson. Good ball in, well won by McGowne on the run. Good attacking of the ball, that, Billy, by Kevin McGowne.
It's a good ball into the middle, but really you would really think that someone of Kevin James's stature should be getting that type of thing in. You know, his height's an obvious threat in the opposing box, but really in that area there, he's got to be more assertive and more commanding, I would have thought.
Header collected there by Wright. Got down by James. Free kick quickly taken there by MacPherson while Wright was still on the ground. Bagan. Now Reilly. Working player Mark Reilly did well there to find Bagan. This is McIntyre. Falls the ball on his left foot. Bagan again. Header collected here by McAllister. McAllister against Kerr. Kerr wins the challenge. Dylan Kerr played for Leeds United in his debut. He played against Chelsea, and his direct opponent was Kevin McAllister. Leeds won 1-0 on that occasion. Kerr will be hoping for another success of that kind. Lekovic going for distance from the kick-out. No attempt to throw this short. Target is McIntyre. The winner is James. McAllister. Good hustling on midfield by Kilmarnock. Reilly and Holt working very hard in that area. See that the sun has disappeared, making conditions pretty well ideal for the game. Once again, Gray is penalised and he'll be spoken to for persistent fouling. Well, a very clear message from referee Dallas about use of the arms, I think, principally.
He's getting too close to his opponent, and he's really holding on to him, pulling away from the ball. Really, that area well away from the goals. You don't need to get as tight as that on your opponent.
by Hagan. Well won by James, but once again could do nothing other than concede the corner. Difficult times these for Falkirk, Billy.
Well, you know that Kilmarnock are really posing more of a threat at the minute than Falkirk, and really it would be difficult for Falkirk if they lost a goal at this stage.
Burke's corner. Chance for Wright. 1-0 to Kilmarnock. Jubilation in one half of the stadium and in the Kilmarnock dugout. It's been coming for some time, this goal.
Again, it's a beautifully scored corner. It's right in the heart of there, but you know, Paul Wright left unattended in an area where he's very good in, but really the first header, you would think that your defender should be coming and attacking that ball. But, you know, to leave Wright inside that area unattended, you're always taking a risk.
First blood to Kilmarnock. Well, it was thought there might be some goals in this match, but the vital opener has been scored by Kilmarnock, and certainly in keeping with the run of play so far. There could be no argument about that. There's a nervousness about Falkirk for every cross ball. Kilmarnock are cashing in on that. Paul Wright scoring once again, another vital goal.
He's had a big influence on the game so far, John. He's come back, he's picked up the ball, he's looked confident, he's sprayed a few good passes about, and in that area he's always liable to score.
The variety this time, and that's welcome really. The shorter throw by Gray. Seaton still looking for Kevin James. Didn't get up well for that though. Well, they're using that long high ball to James all the time now, Billy, and they wonder if they could have some variety and cause some problems to Kilmarnock.
Well, I think it was inevitable they would try that, but he's not had the success that you might have anticipated, and I think if you restrict yourself to doing it all the time, you become predictable. And really at the minute, Kilmarnock have coped with it quite comfortably.
So a throw to Falkirk. Well, Alec Jordan, I think you see all the signs developing in the opening 20 minutes. He is really going gently off his head down there as he saw his team losing the initiative and Kilmarnock taking a grip. That grip has now been translated into the opening goal. Free kick again against Bill Oliver. At the moment, that's over the first time in the match, I think.
Well, I think he realises his team hasn't settled, Jock, and he'll probably be worried about them losing another goal at this stage, because Kilmarnock really are full of the joys of a cup final at the minute.
McGowan's free kick, nicked by James and McKenzie. Seaton now with this throw. The marking among the Kilmarnock players is excellent, leaving no one free. Holt's header. Wright again, telling Bagan where to run. Then picks out McIntyre. Bagan picks it up now. Great play by Kilmarnock. Calmly defended by Andy Gray. Lucky perhaps it's only a throw. Fine play though, triangular play here by Kilmarnock.
It's again orchestrated by Paul Wright, and really Falkirk are going to have to detail somebody to pick him up, because he's going to cause them all sorts of problems.
So a goal kick it is now to Falkirk. Very interesting actually that there'd been a decision about Paul Wright, Billy, not to man mark him.
Well, I think they're going to regret that, because he's the biggest influence in the game. The two youngsters are doing well. They're keeping nice wide possessions, they're keeping good width about, and they're making themselves available for those passes in behind the defenders.
Well, let's have another look at that goal again. Different angle. Alec Burke's excellent corner kick causing all sorts of trouble. Attacked well by McGowne again, and a snapshot finish there from Wright. McGowne and Seaton have been pulled back, the wing backs, which means they really have had to play 5 at the back right at the start of the match, which means the huge burden on McKenzie and Hagan in midfield.
Well, I think one of the central defenders has got no option but to step forward into midfield and to pick up Paul Wright, because that's where the danger is coming from.
Trying desperately to settle and enjoy some possession here. Coming into the match, of course, as underdogs. Perhaps that wasn't quite so obviously presented because of the victory against Celtic in the semi-final. But it is First Division against Premier Division, and so far it's showing. McIntyre. Burke has remained onside. Intelligent play by the youngster. There's Cragg. Whistled out of that by Kerr. Wright is offside. Falkirk have been trying to pass him on as he's moved around. They're trying to play zonally and allow the player occupying the zone he moves into to take over, but it's not working out. McKenzie with a shooting chance. Well struck. A bit of enthusiasm there in the Falkirk supporters. A real attempt on goal by Scott McKenzie.
It's a shot that's not going to trouble the goalkeeper, but it does possess a good shot, and obviously against a retreating defence, it's well worth the risk.
Well screened by McIntyre. Scott Crabb coming short to offer himself. Bagan takes over. Little North Shore here and large wins. Calm defending by the youngster was much better on the ground than some people expect for such a big fella. Bagan again. Brown's header. This is McAllister. McGrillen. Movement offered ahead there by Hagan, but he's marked all the way by Gary Holt, who's done a splendid job on Hagan so far. Whenever Falkirk have had possession. Interesting to see. Kilmarnock really have matched the running power of Hagan with the running power of Holt. That's good tactical management.
He's had his... Bobby Williamson's obviously prepared his team well for the cup final. But this is an obvious threat. This is where they've got to be determined not to lose anything.
Gray's long throw. James with a head flick on. Now back to Crabb. Block was made by Reilly. Counter-attack is on now, led by Burke. Kerr is going sprinting ahead of him. Wants the pass played. This is promising again for Kilmarnock. On the far side is Paul Wright. And Andy Gray got back just in time. Falkirk were exposed again briefly.
It's a tremendous pass, and it's a really good cross into the box, and Gray does so well. He sprinted a long way back. Had he not got to that ball, they were in real difficulty.
Bagan with the in-swinger from the left. It's a good ball in again, met well by McKenzie, but this is Holt. Two know each other very well after this final. Holt and Hagan. Kilmarnock have the throw. The pressure remains on Falkirk. Good return pass from Bagan. Fine play by MacPherson. Well, Gus MacPherson angry, didn't have a runner on the near post. He certainly made the position to expect that kind of target.
He pushes so well into it here, takes the ball very confident. Good ball into the middle as well.
James marks McGowne in the box. That's the task for James. A very good headed clearance, but Burke is there again. Retaining possession, winning so many of the loose balls now. That's Bagan. If he can reach this before James, which he can't. This appears now to be a crucial phase in the play. If Kilmarnock could get a second, it surely be very hard to catch. Falkirk digging in hard defensively. Burke holding up McGowne. Craig Nelson, I think, left that in the end deliberately, was thinking about making a catch. But his angle's right.
It's a good run and it's well worth the shot, isn't it? But the goalkeeper's got it well covered, knows exactly what he was doing there. But nice run, nice confidence about them, and it's refreshing to see a youngster prepared to go and attack defenders.
Well retained there by Hagan for James. Good play, two youngsters together. It was rather aimless, that ball by James. Didn't really look up before he delivered it. Oh, it's great play by Burke. Reilly supporting. This is Holt. A very impressive Kilmarnock performance so far. An interception by Seaton. The thing is that Craig Nelson really hasn't had a real shot to save despite Kilmarnock's dominance. Now Crab. Good understanding with McAllister. Looking for McGowne. Well, I don't think McGowne expected that.
No, he was on his heels just a little bit, and the pass perhaps overhit slightly, but he was on his heels just a bit. But no, McAllister's good at this. He's good at picking up the ball and attacking defenders, and he looks for Paul McGowne, but I think he just took him by surprise.
Powerful challenge by Hagan in midfield. Perfectly fair one. That wasn't so fair though. A barge into the back of Bagan by Seaton. Bagan made his debut not long ago at all in December for Kilmarnock. So did Alec Burke. What a bonus they have been for Bobby Williamson. Now James and Wright exchanging some angry words there. James thought that Wright dived. Again, the loose ball collected by a man in blue and white stripes. Good play by Oliver, much better. Going forward to mark Wright. Well, that was a back player, a defender, stepping forward at Paul Wright, with a big difference.
There's no option but to do that. You know, they can't afford to give Wright all the room in the world as they've been giving up to now.
Space though, found on the left by Burke. Good support from Kerr. Gray's recovery tackle, diving in there. It steamed up the experienced Englishman.
Well, he was actually looking for a foul here, and I think he was entitled to get one, but he made up for it. Good recovery and a good tackle.
Then swing it again. Craig Nelson walked his way out there. He did well, did his fist to that. Another good ball in. McIntyre is up. Turned away by James. Kevin McGowne driving that across the face of goal. Falkirk reeling.
It's another good chance, and really Falkirk having a lot of difficulty coping with these crosses, and You know, James does well there, doesn't take any chances, gets it behind the goal, but they've had difficulty defending those balls into the middle.
Watch too the difficulties presented for Craig Nelson on the line. He doesn't have any chance really to come out in that 6-yard box. There he goes again, back in the hand to the ball. 2 attempts on goal, one by Holt, one by Kerr. The result is another corner kick. Very difficult cross balls for the keeper.
That was it. I think he should have done a bit better than he did there, but they're having difficulty, no doubt with that.
Here's Paul Wright again. Didn't fall kindly for him that time. Kenzie's headed out, time over Reilly. Wright again. Better play from defence by Falkirk. Cram now has McAllister on the right. Hagan goes sprinting past him. This is Hagan. Good delivery, McGowne! Superb play by Falkirk. The hero of the semi-final replay, McGowne holds his head. It was magnificent play by Hagan.
It was a great ball into the middle by Hagan, but you know, I think Paul McGowne really should be hitting the target from there. He was disappointed in that, but that was a real goal chance. But look at the quality of the ball into the middle. Eliminates all the defenders. Goalkeeper's got no chance. Really should be hitting the target from there.
Well, let's see if that has the effect of lifting Falkirk. Good play all the way from the back that was. That would give him some encouragement, surely. McAllister diving into that tackle, getting a little bit heated. McAllister put a key role on that move also, linking with Hagan. Still possession with Kilmarnock. To get forward on that far side for Falkirk, so Kilmarnock again have a chance to build through the middle of the field. Here's Paul Wright again. Ball's too long in the air, surely for Bagan. But kindly off the head of Seaton. Kilmarnock leading by a goal to nil. The goal delivered by Paul Wright in 21 minutes. Crab backing in, penalised by the referee. Thornton finding this first half very difficult to watch. Seaton standing up well, the challenge of Holt. His own, trying to pressurise McGowne. Lekovic taking some time. Played for Red Star Belgrade against Partizan Belgrade, the Yugoslavian Cup final. Finished on the losing side. This is McIntyre against Oliver. Oliver did well, and the referee's right. That was a free kick to Falkirk. McIntyre just easing himself into Neil Oliver as he tried to head that clear.
I'm not convinced at all, to be quite frank with you. It looked to me as though it might have been another way joke. But let's give it to the referee.
Well, we'll agree to differ. That was right. There's James. Difficult pass to deliver that. The gap was closing rapidly. McAllister showing us up well there, coming off Kerr. Blind alley really there, Kevin McAllister. His usual enthusiasm though.
I think that's important just now for Falkirk. You know, they've got to have that enthusiasm. They've been, to me, they look sort of muted. But, you know, if MacPherson can get a run or two like that, it'll inspire a little bit of confidence.
Seeking. Push that time by James. So 5 minutes remaining in the first half. And I wonder how Todd feels down there. Will he be quite content to go in just one down and try and reorganise, or is he still looking for some miracle before half-time?
I think he'll be hoping for a miracle before half-time, but I think he knows he's got a lot of work to do in the dressing room at half-time. He's got to lift his team. They've come here and they look as though they've frozen a little bit.
Goal kick is given. McIntyre and James, and a tough challenge there.
I think the referee was probably right there. I don't think there's an awful lot in it. Just a little bit of handbags, really.
Foul by McGowne. Heavily into the back of Crab. The arm was up that time. Seems like a bang in the side of the head there, Crab.
He's not had a lot of service, really, has he? You know, I think that's down to the fact that Kilmarnock have really controlled the midfield and they've been nice and sharp into that midfield area. But they're clearly a foul, there's no doubt whatsoever about that.
Well, Scott Crab, remarkably, is still to open his account for the season for Falkirk. Leads the line very well, links play up very well indeed. Well, this surely was the best chance of the first half for either side, perhaps. Delivered here superbly by David Hagan, straight to the head of Paul McGrillen, and he really had to hit the target with that.
Golden opportunity, wasn't it, really?
What a difference it might have made to the whole run of the game too. Kilmarnock have been dominated so much, might have found themselves all square suddenly and wonder how it happened. Reaches Hagan. Appear to be caught, the advantage wasn't given. Well, in fairness to the referee, it wasn't instantly obvious there was an advantage. Certainly was a foul on Gray.
He's got quite dynamic pace at times and he just bursts forward. But really the referee could probably have done him a favour there, let the play go on.
McAllister flights it in. James attacks the ball. But he's never the free run, he's never the free header. Kevin McGowne takes a lot of credit for that.
It's a good quality ball into the area there, but really I don't think he attacks it powerful enough and really doesn't get enough on the ball. Goalkeeper deals with it comfortably, but you know, that height, it's incredible threat in there.
Foul to Falkirk. An elbow was used. The referee Dallas's patience has exhausted. So the Motherwell referee has words with the former Motherwell player.
That's a hand up really more than anything else, but definitely he catches the Falkirk player, doesn't he?
Scott McKenzie's reaction there has also caught the attention of the referees with a word with him in the passing. Certainly no malice, there's no flying elbow there, just an upraised arm. Gray again looking for James. Was he bumped by McGowne? No, says the referee. That's McKenzie again, working himself into a shooting position. But there are just suddenly signs, Billy, that Falkirk are beginning to believe again.
Well, they've certainly got a bit more out of the game this last 10 minutes than they've had before. And McKenzie's a threat from these positions, and he has worked hard in the game, but been outnumbered in that midfield. But gets himself in a good position and he's prepared to take a shot. There's always a chance that one will come off.
Ray up against McIntyre. A misunderstanding there at the back. James takes charge eventually. Discussion there with Jamie McGowne as captain. Well, you have the feeling there's a lot more to happen in this final. Certainly all seem to be running Kilmarnock's way in the opening half hour, but Falkirk are digging in now. And we have had some signs in the last 10 minutes or so that Falkirk believe they have a chance of turning around this Tennent's Scottish Cup final, but the only goal of the opening half was scored by Paul Wright. Typical opportunist effort in 21 minutes, and at that stage, Billy, no more than Kilmarnock deserved.
No, I think Kilmarnock have come in at half-time justifiably in front. They'll be disappointed they might not have they hadn't extended that lead, but Falkirk certainly showed and gave an indication and had signs that they were coming back and started to believe in themselves again. And I think obviously Alec Todd will have to work very hard at half-time, get his pass, and I think he'll alter the setup, and he'll be looking for somebody to accommodate the space that Paul Wright's been given.
So Kilmarnock dominated for a long spell, but could have been caught out with the best chance of the first half, which fell to Paul McGrillen. But there's the story at half-time at Ibrox, the Tennent's Scottish Cup final. It's Kilmarnock 1, Falkirk 0. Yes, indeed, some welcome respite, I think, for the fans all around the stadium during the interval here. They've given so much energy to the whole occasion, Billy. It really has been an amazing atmosphere, but I think that break is welcome.
Well, you would think so, but it certainly has worked out a lovely occasion, because it really is a very, very mixed crowd that we've got here. There's lots of families here, and it's really been, the atmosphere has been terrific.
No substitutes in the Kilmarnock lineup. And for Falkirk, it's exactly the same starting 11 also. But I do suspect there may well be some tactical alterations. I wonder too, Bobby Williamson might consider something too, anticipating what Alec Todd might do. They of course know each other so very well. The irony of course is that Alec Todd was sacked by Kilmarnock in December, having signed men like Paul Wright for the club.
Been a good signing for them, hasn't he?
Terrific signing, as he was for Alec Todd and St Johnstone also. So dust settles again for the start of the second half of this Tennent's Scottish Cup final. These opening 10 minutes may well be crucial. The referee Hugh Dallas has now checked both watches, checked with the assistant referees. And Falkirk get us away for the second half. Long ball again in for Hagan on the left-hand side. Good play again by Hagan, and that cross he delivered in the first half was from his weaker foot, the right, a natural left-sided player. That made it even better in terms of quality, I would suggest. So a big throw opportunity for Andy Gray, and as was being suggested at half-time, a little bit nearer the penalty box this time. Long and flat towards James, but again the challenge went in from Kevin McGowne. He's poked very well indeed. Yeah, substantial height disadvantage. Gray lines up again. Breaks there for McKenzie and to McAllister. Comes off MacPherson for the corner. Fast start here by Falkirk.
Kevin McAllister does well here because he turns inside the ball, almost gets a shot away, but it's been a good start by Falkirk.
Rollins near post ball, met easily there by MacPherson. Andy Gray comes across again. Well, he certainly is getting plenty of work to do. Immensely strong and powerful. Gets a touch on this time. Here's McGrillen turning it back, I think, trying to get that across the face of goal for Scott Crabb. McGrillen couldn't hook it back enough.
Andy Gray really gets incredible distance in those throw-ins, and James gets a good touch on, but really you would anticipate one or two Falkirk players attacking that second ball.
Certainly early encouragement here for the Falkirk supporters. Crab against Kerr. Throw to Falkirk. Didn't wait for Gray this time. Second ball arrives on the field. It was offered there from the bench for the throw. Referee Dallas expressing his concern about the arrival of that replacement ball. Bobby Williamson looks on, waiting to see how the match settles for the second half. But it's a very impressive opening from Falkirk. Going again to the far post, a bit of bumping and barging inside the area. The result is a free kick to Kilmarnock. I think it was Scott Crabbe who was penalised. Well, he's trying so hard, Crabbe, to make an impact in the proceedings.
It takes impetus out of the attack. They're giving away a foul in that area. You know, it's a voluntary, and at the end of the day, the goalkeeper comes and takes it comfortably. But you really want to keep the play alive as much as you can when you've got a wee bit of ascendancy.
Bobby Williamson below us is gesticulating the Kilmarnock supporters, asking for some vocal support. They have gone quiet, remarkably. Followed by James. Bobby Williamson trying to whip up the Kilmarnock supporters. Great ball there by Wright towards McIntyre, turned away by James. Kilmarnock have the corner. It will be interesting to see if Falkirk deploy a man on both posts. That's one of the problems they had when the goal was scored. Only the near post was manned, and that's what's happening again. Only Crabbe at the near post. No one on the far post. Brave header there inside the area from McIntyre. Gray breaks very intelligently here to start a Falkirk attack. Good work by Holt, former Celtic and Stoke City player. Terrific throw again by Gray, but Montgomery was in the right place. Andy Gray again, being told by Alec Totten to go forward for the throw, and Kevin James is urged to get into that box once again. Can Falkirk make one of these pay? McGowne first to the ball. This is Mackenzie again, blocked by Holt. McIntyre to Wright. That's for the running figure here of Burke. Burke against McGowne. Disappointing ball that towards Paul Wright. The momentum of the attack has been lost. Strong play by Oliver. McGowan's determination pays off. This is McAllister. That's very good reading of the play by Burke. Foul against McAllister. Alec Totten not at all happy with that decision.
The referee was right though, wasn't he? Just a little bit of frustration with Kevin McAllister. Good defending by young Burke.
McGowne now to McAllister. The ball's just in play. Bad tackle. Kevin McGowne penalised. Beaten by the speed and skill there of McAllister. Here's McGowne. Crabbe shows himself, tries to set up Mackenzie. All the noise coming from Falkirk supporters at the moment. They sense the possibility of an equaliser. So does Bobby Williamson. Launched again by Gray. Little nudge there by Kevin James. Protests his innocence. He's certainly getting plenty of buffeting before the ball arrives, it's fair to say.
Wasn't a lot in that really, but you know, McGowan's handled them well at these things, and you know, really he's not getting too close to him. He's trying to attack the ball. He's done very well so far.
use his speed here to get back and match the run. Ferocious tackle in the end from Gray. McIntyre is brave enough to put his foot on the ball and fight the tackle. Bagan with a corner. Off the head of Oliver. Another corner kick. There's a sense of unease about Falkirk at every cross ball, every corner kick.
They've never really looked comfortable with these balls. To be fair, there's some good balls coming in from either side.
Another good one there from Bagan. He's gone behind this time, off the head of Kevin McGowne. So goal kick it is to Falkirk. Kevin McGowne started with something to St Johnston, then to Kilmarnock. Williamson concerned, I think, that his supporters have gone a little bit flat. McGowne. Grab to Hagan. McAllister drifts inside again. McGowan's on the outside. Given away there by Jamie McGowne. Well, he likes to get forward in that position. It was he who set up the goals which beat Celtic.
Got himself into a good wide position, but really doesn't do anything at all with the delivery.
Kenzie against Reilly. It's been an individual contest all afternoon. McGowne towards Crabb. Combination of McGowne and Montgomery sorts that out for Kilmarnock. So Falkirk contemplating a change. James with a header. Here's Crabb. Showed too much of that to Kevin McGowne. Burke. Now Holt. Sharp challenge there by Seaton on Bagan. An equally sharp challenge by MacPherson. Pick out Scott Crabb. Dylan Kerr's in the way. Gray to McGowne. McGowne again. This is Crabb. It's got played for McAllister. Montgomery comes across. Escorted behind there by Mark Reilly. McAllister trying all he knows at the age of 34 to crown his career with a memorable cup victory.
He's certainly playing a more positive role in the second half. He's stayed on this right hand side. He's prepared to pick up the ball and go and attack defenders. In the first half I felt he ventured too much into middle and got lost.
Well, there's no obvious change in the tactical formation there, Billy. It's been really very much as before for both sides, although perhaps a little bit more tight marking to Wright.
I think what Alec Totten has done is obviously made his team that bit more positive, but he's certainly put McAllister wider on the right with McGrillen doing likewise on the left hand side, and he's creating that bit of space and that opportunity to get passes made more quickly.
Gray again with a throw. Wright backing into McGowne, who handled that very well indeed. Oliver's tackle. Certainly being occupied though by Jim McIntyre up front, Oliver. McAllister to Mackenzie. Neat defensive header there by Montgomery against Crabb. Jamie McGowne. Now Seaton. Second chance here to create. He's given that straight to MacPherson. But still, Falkirk are pinning Kilmarnock back. Clearly a matter of some concern to the Kilmarnock manager, Bobby Williamson. Hagan trying to get the ball on the carpet, but finding it very difficult, crowded out very quickly. It breaks from McAllister. Here's McGowne. Good running there by Gray. Well, that's a good ball across. McGowne couldn't get there. He was attacked so effectively there by MacPherson for the challenge. Paul McGowne not big enough to win this.
It's a great turn by Gray. He really turns, gets a magnificent ball in, and good defending by MacPherson because he gets back there, makes sure that McGowne doesn't get a chance to capitalise on that. But the turn is terrific. He really doesn't have the... He shouldn't have had the space to get the ball in, but he does. But good defending there.
James going for the ball over the top of McIntyre, but no infringement there. The referee indicating that McIntyre made a back for the centre half. This is Hagan. Gray. Oliver. Good running by Mackenzie. Much better play from Falkirk. Who are so busy in the first half getting about people are not doing that to the same extent now. Late tackle by Kerr on McAllister, and he's going to be booked for that. First yellow card of the match. There are a number of warnings administered by referee Dallas, but Dylan Kerr gets the yellow card. A late snapping challenge on McAllister. Checks the position for the free kick. It was right on the touchline, in fairness. McGrillen flights it in. Holt's back defending. That's Mackenzie to Gray. McGrillen. This time down by Paul Wright. Andy Gray goes across to administer his own kind of justice. Referee Dallas sprints into the point of danger and administer the yellow card. Good refereeing that by Hugh Dallas. He was very quickly to the point of concern. A forwards tackle, I think we could say, Billy.
Well, I don't think any complaints about being booked because he's so late. But here's a forward, and we tend to make excuses, but it's not a nasty challenge. You know, Falkirk have increased the tempo of their game, and really at this stage, you know, Kilmarnock look that bit uncomfortable.
Gray's free kick. It reaches James. Here's Hagan. Shoulder charge there with Holt. Seaton's cross is a good one. James is there. Well, a second ball not being attacked by Falkirk players. He's onside, he was in his own half. McIntyre, chased here by Gray. It's a wonderful tackle by Andy Gray. Magnificent defending. No question of offside, he was inside his own half, although he was ahead of the whole Falkirk team.
But it's the pace, you know, it's the pace of Gray getting back here. McIntyre does everything right, he cuts across his path, but still gets the challenge and magnificent defending. What pace he's got when he uses it.
Well, if Falkirk come back in this final, that could be deemed to be a match-winning tackle. Free kick to Falkirk, barging in the box. Well, a delightful pass again by Paul Wright. But Andy Gray equal to the task. Incredible pace on the recovery. chance it was, though, for Jim McIntyre. Screen by Crabb from McAllister. McAllister again, he's offside, McGowne. Very tight decision. He mistimed the run. Falkirk waiting to make a change. Gerhard Fellner is stripped off for action.
Interesting one, but you know, Falkirk really have captured the midfield area just now, but he's offside. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. And it's a pity because it was a good opportunity for Falkirk.
McIntyre's header, there's James. But it is a remarkable change in the pattern of play in the second half, without any obvious major tactical alterations, just an upping of tempo by Falkirk.
His team are much more committed. They're not giving Kilmarnock the room that they gave him in the first half, particularly Paul Wright. We've hardly seen him in this game, and it's because that space has been denied. But the tempo of Falkirk's play has definitely increased.
And Scott Crabb has tested the referee's patience once too often. Another foul, that's the indication. Persistent fouling. So Scott Crabb is yellow carded. Referee Dallas suddenly busy in that regard. And Falkirk are making a substitution at the same time. The match winner of the semi-final replay, Paul McGowne, is withdrawn. Scott Crabb is booked and Gerhard Fellner has joined the Falkirk attack. So I hope the long-range effort goes off. So Paul McGowne has been replaced by Gerhard Fellner, the Austrian. So he will provide some additional running power to the attack. There's been some reorganisation now. Fellner seems to be joining Crabb through the middle. Hagen has gone to the wide left. Although it may only be for the kick out from Nelson. That's his regular position for that purpose. Put that to Craig Nelson's left foot. That's why he had to be careful playing it with the right foot to the wide position. It's all very untidy at the moment. Kilmarnock have just not settled at all in this second half. Just that glimpse of goal for Jim McIntyre. And Falkirk were caught so far upfield.
You know, he did so well there, Jim McIntyre, because he knew that the pace of Gray was telling. Cut across his path, but really magnificent challenge by Gray. And really at times his pace is absolutely explosive.
Trap to Hagen. It's Seaton. Sure-footed clearance that by Lekovic. He'll join the Yugoslavia squad tomorrow for a match against Slovakia in the World Cup qualifier. Pass, strong challenge by James. But we saw some fine play in the first half from Bagan and from Burke and from Paul Wright, and they really have been so quiet since half-time. Gray's pass, here's McGowne. Rather obvious with the pass. Kilmarnock still leading in this 10th Scottish Cup final by 1-0. The scorer was Paul Wright in 21 minutes. And here he is in possession. Interception was made by Gray. Involved again. This is Crabb. Well-timed tackle that by Montgomery. Now this is a better position for the long throw. James waits again. The second ball that's so important here. If James can get a touch on, Falkirk have to have men looking for the second ball. Another good defensive header there by McGowne.
He's coped well. He's really done well with those balls. He's given away a lot of height advantage, but he's attacking the ball well.
And Alec Taunton has insisted Andy Seaton go across to take this corner kick so that he can use his left foot for the in-swing, and that was what Paul McGowne was doing before he was replaced. post ball this time, attacked by James. It was a chance. Just about the first time in the match he's been totally in the clear. It's a poor header.
He really should have done better, because the ball comes right to the back of the goal area there, and he's got plenty of time to see that, and really be disappointed he didn't hit the target there. But it's about the first time that Kevin McGowne's missed one of these cross balls.
Oliver finds McGowne. Crab. McGowne supporting well. He's getting forward much better in the second half than he managed to do in the first. Falkirk had so much more possession in this period. McAllister's cross is a good one. There goes Hagan. He mistimed the jump against Holt. Decent cross, that. There's Seaton. Getting away from Bagan. Over the goal kick. Terrific effort by the 19-year-old fullback Andy Seaton. Bobby Williamson must be wondering just what has happened to his team since half-time. So much in control in the opening half hour. We're now at the three-quarter point in the match. Understand that reaction. Might be contemplating a change before much longer. His team has gone flat in this second half. Some movement being offered all around, including Mark Reilly there. It's a goal kick.
One little reason for it all happening is that Andy Gray, in actual fact, is not playing behind his true central defender. He's actually playing slightly in front of him, and he's taking the chance that his pace will get him back if there's a need. And he's covering that space that Paul Wright had, and that plus the aspect of Falkirk up in the game had really disturbed Kamara quite considerably.
A long chase here for Crab. Well, Scott Crab has really worked his socks off up front for Falkirk. Question about that, with total commitment. The ball thumped out of play there because attention is required for one of the Kilmarnock players, and that doesn't look too clever. Jim McIntyre, I think, is the player in trouble. Clear anxiety there about the damage inflicted on McIntyre. I wonder if he will be able to continue. Alec Todd taking the chance to do some reorganising of his troops also.
It's a real tangle, isn't it? There's not a lot in that.
It's Kevin McGowne, in fact, rather than Jim McIntyre. Kevin McGowne's the player in trouble. Fourth official, Bobby Tate, speaking there to Bobby Williamson. So Kilmarnock continue with 10, and Gary Holt has dropped back to the back four. No doubt he'll be concerned if Kevin James gets forward again before McGowne returns. And Kilmarnock have no defender on the bench. Very positive substitution set up they have. Tom Brown and below is Ali Mitchell and John Henry. Hugh Allen trying to sort out the problem to allow McGowne to return. They certainly will want him back in the field, and they cannot ignore the possibility of extra time. They lose a goal. Advancing on the right once again is McGowne. McAllister would like the ball played short. McGowne goes long. Couldn't drink to the big keeper. They'll take these all day.
McGowne's been much more positive in the second half. He's been prepared to get up and support his front players, but the quality of his final pass into the middle has been suspect.
McAllister linking here with Mackenzie. It's amazing how Falkirk found so much more space in the second half, especially in the middle of the field. Here they go again. McAllister. Fellner's ahead of him. Higgins to the left. To the right is Crabb. Dug out there by Montgomery. Well, there's the position in the Tennant Scottish Cup final. Kilmarnock 1, Falkirk 0. About 18 minutes, 17 minutes left for play. Falkirk flat out here looking for the equaliser, as they have been since the second half began. Andy Gray's long throw. James goes for the hit on. That's saved brilliantly by Lekovic. Held just inside. That's the absence of Kevin McGowne demonstrated.
Once again, these long throws, but so Kevin James attacks that ball much more positively. A great save from the goalkeeper, magnificent save from him. But obviously McGowne's been a big influence on that aspect of the game. But good header from Kevin James there, but what a good save.
Just kept from going over the line there by Lekovic. Here come Falkirk again. McAllister against Kerr. Post cross for Hagen. Appeals for handball. Very hopeful indeed. Very hopeful. Returned there towards Fellner. So Kevin McGowne is ready to come back. The referee is satisfied. The blood has been stopped and McGowne returns to a huge welcome from the Kilmarnock supporters. But I suspect that Kilmarnock will want to freshen up. Now they're satisfied McGowne is all right.
Just wonder about the aspect of fitness when it comes to Paul Wright. You know, he's certainly disappeared from the game. You know, but this save again, it really is a tremendous save. Big lad that he is, and he just keeps it from going over the line, doesn't he?
Here's Fellner. Crabb tried the first time pass. Perhaps some fatigue setting in there. Here's MacPherson. Burke makes the run inside. That's a brilliant pass. Here's Alec Burke with a chance for Kilmarnock. Excellent goalkeeping. Very intelligent movement from Burke.
Good pass inside the fullback, and Burke does well, holds his ground. But look at the goalkeeper. If you get him in this shot, he stands up to it, doesn't give him an awful lot of a target to hit. But you know, Burke times his run so well, doesn't he? And his pace is good, collects the ball well, good strike, but good save of the goalkeeper.
Well, Falkirk quickly to the other end again, where they've been for most of the second half. Hagen operating that left touchline now. Was he caught late? No, says the referee. Space here for McIntyre. Paul Wright arriving late, looking for the pass. Hopelessly misjudged. Here's Andy Gray. Now Crabb. Losing the battle with Montgomery. Kilmarnock about to make a change. I wonder if Paul Wright's fitness is perhaps suspect now, and John Henry looks the most likely to come on. He could certainly play in that same role behind McIntyre.
Certainly, and it would definitely hit a system in midfield at the minute, because they've been overrun the midfield in the second half.
This is Fellner. Retrieval work there by Burke. Good challenge there by James. Here's Mackenzie. Now Gray, well forward again. Trying to make every pass count. This is McAllister. Back it comes to Andy Gray. Well, that was ambitious. Played so well in the match, Andy Gray, but that was asking rather a lot. And now there will be that change made by Kilmarnock. Paul Wright, the goal scorer, the scorer of the only goal in the match, is withdrawn to terrific applause of the Kilmarnock supporters. And the replacement, injured out before the match, John Henry, and Falkirk too will make a change. Club captain Albert Craig is coming on, and the hard-working striker Scott Crabb is withdrawn, given everything in the Falkirk cause this afternoon. That'll involve some tinkering tactically.
Well, they obviously look as though they're going to push Kevin James up front, you know, which I suppose at this stage in the game is worth a gamble.
Well, that's how they saved the semi-final first game. An offside flag there, halting that Kilmarnock move. But James went to centre forward in the last 10 minutes against Celtic and headed that magnificent equaliser. Falkirk are hoping for a repeat.
Certainly a threat. Someone that size is obviously always going to be a threat.
Challenging now against McGowne with that head injury. Kerr's clearance taken confidently by McGowne. There's a big difference in the second half in the Falkirk confidence. The willingness to take passes and take positions. That's Buck's tackle. John Henry's first contribution to the play. Kerr played it over the top of McGowne. Nelson quite comfortable on that right foot. So Fellner and James, the striking partnership now for Falkirk. That's a huge change in approach.
Definitely, and McAllister is pushed much wider on the right-hand side. Hagan's going out on that left-hand side. There's a much more positive look about them, and obviously Alec Todd realises he's got to gamble, but his team have been a credit to him in the second half.
The 4-2-4 formation now for Falkirk. Two in the middle now, Mackenzie and Albert Craig. Foul by McGowne. That's a free kick to Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock supporters now regaining their voices. Time running out so rapidly. They sense a victory. About 10 minutes left. 1-0 to Kilmarnock. David Bagan and Alec Burke, the two youngsters, over the free kick. Taken by Bagan. Well won by James. Henry tackled well by Craig, the two substitutes together. Didn't dig that out, Craig. It's collected by MacPherson. Hagan still full of running now in that left flank. Four-pronged attack. Hagan on the left, McAllister on the right, James and Fellner through the centre. Gray with the up and under. Headed away was by McGowne. This is McIntyre. Outpaced again by Gray, who just shrugs him aside there. Looked to be a foul, seemed to manhandle him, but the referee allowed that to continue. Here's Fellner charging into Bray Montgomery. Another substitution going to take place. Tom Brown is being prepared for action by Kilmarnock. Jim McIntyre might be the man to come off. So had to work so hard with very little service, especially in the second half. Indeed, that is the change being made. Alec Totten going berserk there about the time-wasting approach. And Hugh Dallas coming across to Alec Totten. Well, that's what the debate's all about. Alec Totten was furious there about how long it took to get that substitution called. Tom Brown will now replace Jim McIntyre, who's taking all the time in the world to come off. The match winner in the semi-final replay against Dundee United goes off. The B international, Tom Brown, goes on. Well, I wonder if Hugh Dallas has checked that time wasting carefully. Gray ensures that runs for the goal kick. Going to be some finish this, Billy, I think.
Well, that's right, and this fella's had a really good game, and you just get the feeling there's a lot more to him than he gives you at times. Tremendous pace, and every now and then he just gives you indication of that, and you can see that he's played at a real top level.
That ball didn't leave the penalty box, that's why it's been retaken. Well, James is staying on the ground there in a tangle with Gary Holt. Trainers are on here. There'll be another delay. Well, a very late stage in the cup final, which is full of nervous tension in any event, and then a bang like this late on, with stamina very much the premium.
Very much so. Obviously this is an interesting one because, you know, Kevin James's height, you're always going to get a fair bit of head clashes there, and there goes another one.
Well, the crowd there, still in full voice, 48,953 the official attendance, just short of capacity, one or two gaps, can't think where they are, mind you. We'll have two in the corner there, over behind Craig Nelson. This is Fellner, caught late, going past Montgomery. Still this feeling all the time, there's more to happen in this final before the end. Falkirk pushing everyone forward. Neil Oliver this time going into the penalty box. Over the far post it goes for James, he gets up well. The clearance came from Kerr. It's a throw this time. A signal for Andy Gray.
No respite, is there, when you give a throw-in away?
So just over 5 minutes left. 1-0 to Kilmarnock. Andy Gray in the best position he's been in all afternoon for a long throw, right at the corner flag. Terrific ball in. There's James. It's there! The equaliser for Falkirk. Neil Oliver. It's chopped off. It won't count. It's being chopped off. The long flat throw from Andy Gray. Kevin James getting up for this, helps it on. It's taken on the volley there by Oliver, and that's been chopped off for an offence inside the 6-yard box.
Well, it's a great touch on. I'm not convinced he's offside when the header's made, but it's very tight. But we've got to give the, what is it you call him, the used to be a linesman, we've got to give him credit for doing that, but looked very tight to me.
Offside was the decision by Sandy Roy down below as the assistant referee. Grade 1 referee on the line. Well, that'll be debated for a very long time. Such a great finish by Oliver too. Would have been his first goal of the season. Here's McGowne, now McAllister. Cross it comes to McKenzie. Albert Craig trying to hold it up inside the penalty box. Now on the counter, Tom Brown has Burke to the left. Oh, that's trouble for Andy Gray. No question. Well, I don't think he'll be red. He wasn't the last defender. It was still half the pitch to go. But Andy Gray is clearly concerned about the referee's view of that. Yellow card it is. And Alec Todd still having a go at Sandy Roy on the line here. You can understand his frustration, the joy stifled.
Gray knew exactly what he was doing, and it surprises me just a little bit because you don't need to dive in, especially with his pace. You don't need to dive in on the halfway line.
McGowan's header has to retrieve again. He helps it on. Reilly's quickly to the ball. Reilly again. Sharp tackle goes in from Andy Gray, who has been named, to no one's surprise, the Tennent's man of the match. Another substitution going to be made by Kilmarnock. The referee's not allowing that at the moment. Here's Dylan Kerr. Now Brown. No way past Jamie McGowne. Andy Gray has to get that back though. What a strength in the man. He's been fouled there by little David Bagan. Well, that really was a catch-weight contest, no question about that. Perhaps Bagan's telling the referee that. Do you really think they had a chance against him?
I think he enjoyed it, mind you.
Bagan will indeed come off. And he's getting a terrific reception also. Being told they're going to move on by Bobby Williamson. He's milking the moment, I think. On goes Ali Mitchell. Well, an experienced man on. Ali Mitchell to replace David Bagan. Can Falkirk come back? Here's McAllister. Brought down there by Kerr. Kerr's been booked. He's living dangerously now. Couple of minutes remaining, plus stoppage time. There must be a bit of that. Paul Wright's goal for Kilmarnock separates the teams. McAllister's free kick. James going to touch on that. That's all he got though, causing no problems at all for the Kilmarnock defence that time. Well, the noise you hear building up comes from Kilmarnock supporters, relieved at that effort from James going wide. Headed on by Brown. Here's Mitchell, the fresh man. They'll take this to the corner flag for a run, I suspect, but Seaton is strong and quick. Time very much the enemy now for Falkirk. Even Alec Taunton looks resigned, whereas Bobby Williamson is waiting patiently for the final whistle as John Henry sends the ball across. Now, Hagan on the burst. And now into stoppage time. It requires a long ball launched here, I think, by Craig Nelson. The whistling you hear is from the Kilmarnock supporters. They want to hear that they've won their first trophy since 1929. Great play by Henry. Barged over there by Craig, but there's no offence. This is Oliver. He has to give this to Craig Nelson for the long ball upfield. Fellner losing out to Kerr. That's Burke. Losing his composure there. A bit of cramp setting in, I think, in the youngster's right calf. James now to Fellner. McAllister calls for the ball. Crowded there by two players instantly, Kerr and Burke. McGowne, McAllister. Good pass for McGowne. Could it be the last chance for Falkirk? Here's McAllister again. Changing direction, looking for the opening. Asking too much of Jamie McGowne at this stage in the match. Alec Taunton looks resigned there at the back of the dugout. His team have given him everything, especially in this second half. But it hasn't been enough in that vital moment when Neil Oliver scored. The goal chopped off by the assistant referee on the other side. That will be the moment that he may not forget for a very long time. Thumped forward by Montgomery. Should be collected easily here by Nelson. He has to launch this long downfield from hand. James looking for the knock-on, colliding there with Fellner. Mitchell caught Mackenzie late. The advantage rule is applied sensibly. Here's Kevin James again. It's down for Fellner. Could be the last opportunity for Falkirk. Frustration for the Austrian. Bobby Williamson waiting to savour his first triumph as a manager. All eyes of the Kilmarnock supporters on referee Hugh Dallas, waiting for the moment when they will know the trophy is theirs. It's all ragged stuff now from Falkirk. It's all hit and hope in these closing few minutes, with fatigue setting in rapidly. Hugh Dallas being studied all around the stadium. It's into Neil Oliver in the middle. There was a long amount of stoppage time to add on, but I wonder how much more there will be. No more! Kilmarnock have won the Tennent's Scottish Cup. Bobby Williamson is drenched. The handshake with Alec Totten and Walter Kidd. But the moment belongs to Kilmarnock. They looked so dangerously in that second half, hanging on grimly as Falkirk piled everything on them. And that's Alec Totten with Paul Wright. Paul Wright expressing his appreciation. The manager did so much for him. The flags are waved in the blue and white of Kilmarnock around the stadium, but in fairness, Falkirk too, standing to a man. But the Kilmarnock manager, Bobby Williamson, is with Hazel Irvine.
Bobby, what a start to your managerial campaign. A bit wet there as well. Congratulations.
Yeah, not get better, Hazel. It's great. Delighted for supporters that came through the day. It's been a fantastic day. Pretty about the game. Second half, Falkirk, to their credit, put us under a lot of pressure. And with a credit to the division around, they should be out of it. Hopefully next year Falkirk will get promotion, because they've got a lot of good players out there.
When Paul Wright put you ahead, how comfortable for the rest of the game was it for you?
Not very. We knew we needed another goal, and we just couldn't manage it, Hazel. So that's the way it goes, but one was enough.
And what was your reaction when Neil Oliver's goal was chalked offside?
Was it Neil Oliver that scored it? I didn't know. It was just I seen the linesman's flag going up right away, so I knew there was no panic, but it looked as if it was going to come.
Bobby, what a start to your managerial career. Can you believe it?
Not really. It's happened, so I've just got to believe it, Hazel.
What about next season? Clearly there's going to be an awful lot of season tickets sold, I would think, down your neck of the woods.
I hope so. I need to get a clear out and start again, I think.
Party tonight, I would imagine.
I hope so.
Bobby, thank you very much. Well done.
A very happy Kilmarnock manager who really has handled himself amazingly well in his short span as manager of Kilmarnock for 6 months only, but showing great tactical awareness. And it really has been a terrific triumph for Kilmarnock. And the man of the match, Andy Gray.
Andy Gray, some consolation for you. Congratulations, you're the man of the match. Callum Mackay will present you with that award. But Andy, can you describe to me your disappointment today?
Well, I don't think we really got going today. It was like a game of two halves, really. I mean, they scored from a set piece, but I don't think they really caused us any problems, you know. But good luck to them, and all the best for them in Europe.
In terms of the second half performance, you looked as if you came out really ready to try and come back into the game. It just wasn't to be.
Yeah, it's one of them days. I mean, as I've always said on this cup run, if your name's on the cup, you're going to win it. And I just think that the first half we had about 3 or 4 players like in the side who wasn't like up to scratch. You know, it wasn't like a team performance in the first half. And I think second half we showed a bit more determination. And I think we can walk off the pitch with eyes held eye. So.
Actually disappointed when the goal was chalked offside near the end.
Well, I couldn't see why that was chalked off, because I mean, at the end of the day I think they had somebody behind Agee. So to me, I don't understand why they did sort of like chalk it off.
Disappointment for you, but congratulations on your cup run. It's been marvellous to follow you to the final. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and you, Hazel. Thank you.
So disappointed Falkirk supporters, but they've been standing there waving their flags. They know they had a team there which gave them absolutely everything, especially in that second half. Did them proud indeed in their effort to win this cup in the most dramatic possible fashion. And for Kevin McAllister, you can tell the agony all over his face. A Falkirk supporter all his life, had a chance here to win a major trophy. Disappointed for Kevin James, but for him there may well be another chance. Young player with a big future. And he brought off that great save from Lekovic in the second half. Alec Totten, the usual dignity, masking the disappointment. Neil Oliver in the discussion about why the goal was chalked off, and that will no doubt be a mystery to a lot of the players still at this point, but it was for offside. Bobby Williamson reappears and makes, I think, for Alec Totten, I suspect, that might be his first protocol. Well, going round the Falkirk players, showing his regard for them and for their contribution to the whole affair. But it was 1929 when Kilmarnock last won the cup, beating Rangers by 2-0. They've had final disappointment since then, and 40 years ago to Falkirk, and then 3 years later losing 2-0 to Rangers. Now another triumph. Bobby Williamson going round all the players in the Falkirk squad. Well, the face painters were busy before this match. And the Kilmarnock players have done their swallow dives in front of the supporters at every corner of the pitch. Well, a feature of the final, the friendly final, has been the ladies, the children, the old men, the young men, the boys, the girls. The day they won't forget readily, especially if you come from Kilmarnock. Bobby Williamson goes round every player in his squad. Moments to be savoured, Billy.
Very much so, and you know, I think Kilmarnock's the place to be tonight, but there'll be one or two sore heads that looks for things tomorrow morning. And over the piece, I just have a feeling they had that little bit more than Falkirk had. When they had the grip of the midfield in the first half, they prized open a few more openings than Falkirk were able to achieve in the second half, and I just felt that Falkirk gave everything in the second half. They had a lot of the game. I just don't think they had the guile to open up Kilmarnock as much as they'd wanted to be. But you know, I'm still not convinced about the goal that was chalked off, because if it was offside, it was very, very tight.
But the record books will show Kilmarnock 1, Falkirk 0. The offside chopped off goal will not be remembered for long at all, except in Falkirk, and I'm sure they'll be agonising about that, analysing video replays all evening to see if justice was in fact done, because had Falkirk scored at that point, there's no doubt indeed they were worthy of a goal and the pressure they built up.
Well, you could easily make a case out for a draw in this game, but there's a winner, and you know, I just felt that Kilmarnock showed that little bit more class at times and made it pay. A good goal by Paul Wright, and you know, that's the way cup finals are won or lost at times.
The manager with a man of the match, but he's on the losing side. And the platform party re-emerges. There's no Jim Farry this time, but still there's the same reception from the supporters. Certainly unfair for those who are appearing here. So the presentations will now take place. The carpets have been restored. And it's Falkirk who come forward first to collect their runners-up medals. The president of the SFA, Jack McGinn, is there to greet Jamie McGowne, who has to look longingly at the cup and walk on by. Sam Galbraith there, Scottish Office Minister, Gordon Brown, and the sponsors' tenants. Dejected faces. Great getting to a cup final, but misery losing. Not a smile in sight. We'll see the contrast in a moment, though. But there's the show of faith and belief of the Falkirk supporters. No one has left the stadium. Next to receive their medals, the match officials, led by Hugh Dallas, who's been round the good, of course, by the Falkirk supporters. That's all about the chopped off goal. Sandy Roy, the man whose flag stopped the celebrations. John McElhinney, and the fourth official, Bobby Tate. And now the moment the town of Kilmarnock has been waiting for is listen to the crescendo of noise as Ray Montgomery goes forward. The old war horse, 36 years old. A moment I'm sure he thought he would never savour. Lekovic joining in the spirit of the occasion. Kevin McGowne has lost the bandages from his eye cut. Gus MacPherson, another long-serving member here of the Kilmarnock side. A new arrival, Dylan Kerr, Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds United, Reading, and now a Scottish Cup winner. Little David Bagan. His 22nd first-team start this afternoon. Followed there by Gary Holt. Tom Brown, the substitute. The match winner, Wright. Special cheer for the man who scored the vital goal in 21 minutes. The attacking partner, Jim McIntyre, has scored the vital winner in the semi-final replay against Dundee United. Another long-serving man at Rugby Park, Gary Mitchell, who came on as sub late on. Little Mark Reilly, who when he was freed by Motherwell in 1991, could not have anticipated playing in a Tennant Scottish Cup final. And John Henry, substitute also. And little Alec Burke. His 15th first-team start for Kilmarnock, proudly holding the trophy and his winner's medal. So the photography session about to begin. Bobby Williamson still acknowledging the Kilmarnock backing and insisting that all the players who were not stripped this afternoon join the picture. That's a very good gesture by the manager. So the photographers lining up the picture here, which Lekovic is currently spoiling by standing in front of everyone. Well, that camera can't be still because of the crowd in the stand jumping up and down. Well, a day they'll never forget, these youngsters particularly. Well, let's hope it's not another 40 years before they're at a cup final like this. Well, it's 57 years is the last final, the Scottish Cup. So Ray Montgomery wants to go in the lap of honour, I think. Mindful of the SFA regulations on the subject, no doubt. So Ray Montgomery stripping off the match strip. They clearly have T-shirts made for the purpose. I'm sure they wouldn't have been too happy to have these seen before the match. Sponsors there again for the T-shirts, getting some publicity. Lekovic there with the youngsters. Yugoslavian born, I suspect, and also Scottish product. Andy Gray looking very pensive. May have played his last match for Falkirk. An outstanding performance. He leaves the field here as Kilmarnock set off now on the lap of honour. Getting some sporting applause from the Falkirk supporters also, Kilmarnock. Appropriate music for the backing, for the scenes of celebration, which will no doubt be preceding a huge party and carnival in Kilmarnock tonight. Well, let's hope they're all back packing Rugby Park next season. Well, they want to save at the moment. Billy, you've been there many times. What's going through their minds?
Well, I think it's brilliant for a team like Kilmarnock. There's a lot of lads here that have been good professionals, Jock, and they've had good careers, but they've never had this type of thing happen to them before, and it's lovely to see. And if I pick one man out, it's Ray Montgomery, who's been a tremendous servant to them, smashing guy. He's here, he'll enjoy, he'll never forget this, and coming at the end of his career. And he'll maybe be annoyed with me for saying that, but it has changed his career. It's really brilliant for him. I'm absolutely delighted.
He joined the club from Dumbarton in 1988 and could scarcely believe he could savour a moment like this. And the Kilmarnock supporters still behind the goal to the left. The Grimlaw Road stand, and getting a close-up view of the Scottish Cup. No one has moved from that stand there, which the players have gone to now. So the celebrations will go on for a very long time. Ray Montgomery with his 11.
Ray, I saw you shed a wee tear before you went up for that trophy today. What were you thinking at that
stage? Yes, a very, very emotional time for me. I've been here many years now, and I just wanted this so much for all these fans and everybody connected with Kilmarnock Football Club.
Describe the feeling when you picked the trophy up.
I think I have to experience it to describe it. It's just unbelievable feeling.
Tell me about the atmosphere here. What does it mean to these fans?
Oh, it means everything. You can see it's just electric. It just means everything to everybody at Kilmarnock. Just electric for everybody.
What did you think of the game today? Because Falkirk put you under pressure in the second half.
Yeah, Falkirk put us under a bit of pressure in the second half, as you say. But I think overall in the game, maybe 1-0 was a fair result for us. But just like to say, I'm sorry for the Falkirk lads. Just sorry it couldn't be 2 winners today.
Well, you played in a magnificently sporting manner today. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Susan. Thank you.
Bobby Williamson with the cup. A terrific response from the Kilmarnock supporters. What a performance in his short managerial career. Reilly Lekovic with the Scottish Cup there. And his family. And with his 11 now is the match winner, Wright.
Paul, it was touch and go if you'd play at all today, but that must rate as one of your most special goals ever.
Oh, it's incredible. You know, I never thought I would score a goal myself today and it would win it, but the backing of these fans and something special today.
Tell me your memory of the goal itself. How did it come to you?
I just remember somebody flicked it on and a couple of us went for it now. I managed to slap it at the back post, and these things always seem to go in, but I was a bit fortunate.
Is this the highlight of your career, Paul?
Oh, I don't think there'll be any bigger nights than this tonight. I've played for 14 years and never got a sniffer in for what this. This is something special to me.
Do you know the words to Paper Roses?
I don't even know it.
You better learn it quickly.
I better for tonight. Thanks a lot, Hazel. Thanks a lot.
So the Kilmarnock song, Paper Roses. Terrific signs here of joy in these Kilmarnock supporters' faces. Well, the friendly cup final, the People's Cup final, had to have a winner, it had to have a loser. The winners are Kilmarnock and Falkirk. Mustn't be forgotten of their contribution to a highly competitive Tennent's Scottish Cup final. But for the moment, it's Kilmarnock who enjoy the occasion now to the full. They worked so hard to take a grip of the game early on. Got in front and held on grimly to the end under ferocious pressure. So with his 11 now is Kevin McGowne.
Kevin, you went through the pain barrier for this today. Was it worth it?
When you see things like this, it's definitely worth it. This is brilliant. It's more than I even expected. It's just brilliant.
What kind of night do you think you're in for tonight?
Tomorrow morning, I'll probably not even remember it, so it's going to be brilliant. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's been one of the happiest cup finals. What did you think of the ovation that you received from the Falkirk fans as well?
That was a nice touch. To go around and even clap the away fans is brilliant. I mean, we really enjoyed it.
Well, get that eye stitched and have a good night tonight.
Pardon?
Get your eye stitched.
Yes, we'll get it done. Cheers.
Well, sheer bedlam still at Ibrox. Kilmarnock celebrating winning the Scottish Cup in dramatic fashion. Paul Wright did the damage in 21 minutes. Falkirk couldn't find a way back, and the result of that is that Kilmarnock will play in Europe next season.
Very much indeed to Jock and to Billy McNeill, a day these Kilmarnock supporters will remember for the rest of their lives, and I think the Kilmarnock board and certainly Bobby Williams would love to see a good many of them turning up on a regular basis at Rugby Park next season. Terrific support for both clubs, and I think, Gally, what's one of the heartwarming things about this one is the ovation that the Kilmarnock players and indeed supporters got from the Falkirk fans.
Dougie, it was wonderful. For me, actually, the highlight of the whole game came a second after the final whistle went, when Dylan Kerr and wee Kevin McAllister ran 30 yards and threw their arms around each other. And 10 minutes earlier, I think Kerr had been booked for a foul on McAllister. McAllister was screaming for him to get booked. That just summed up the whole day. Magnificent day. I mean, the Falkirk supporters and the Kilmarnock supporters have been a credit to their towns, and they've been applauding each other since the final whistle, and it's been a great day.
The friendly final indeed. Eamon, you have to feel for Falkirk, because if the first half belonged to Kilmarnock, the second half belonged to Falkirk, without a doubt.
I think that's right, Dougie. I mean, I'm not at all sure that Kilmarnock deserved to win it over the 90 minutes on balance, but they have, so let's congratulate them for that. I think Kilmarnock are more used to holding on to, 1-0, 2-0 leads, and they certainly did that. I mean, if you're a Kilmarnock supporter, I think you would have started to really worry, because the rest had on their laurels far too much, allowed Falkirk to come at them in droves, really, and ended up holding on and, of course, getting the break with the controversial offside goal.
It was controversial, we'll see that a little bit later, but we really don't want to leave these scenes, marvellous, colourful scenes of celebration. Those Kilmarnock fans, well, I doubt if there are more than a handful in the stadium who maybe remember 1929. It really is a marvellous picture of celebration with the players as well. I'm not sure about the t-shirts, by the way. I haven't seen that before. There's obviously a financial inducement involved there, but I think perhaps when they look back on it, I'd rather have seen the team parading in the team strip rather than in t-shirts, but there'll perhaps be more to be said about that. But Kilmarnock's a place to be tonight. There might be a few choruses of paper roses around the town, Ali.
Well, I think t-shirts or not, I just want to know the timetables of the buses down at Kilmarnock this evening. I think that's the place to be. I think Eamon touched on it. It was a little bit controversial, the second half goal, which Falkirk got disallowed. It looked onside to me. Having said that, it was a transformation in the second half. I like Tottenham's men, were a credit to them. They were fantastic, played very well. At the same time, I'm just thrilled to bits for wee Bobby, Gus MacPherson, Ray Montgomery, and of course the goal scorer Paul Wright. I'm thrilled to bits for them.
Well, who would have believed it? Bobby Williamson just 6 months ago was the reserve team coach. Alec Totten was the Kilmarnock manager. When Alec Totten left the club, Bobby Williamson must have wondered what his future held. The two such close friends. And Bobby suddenly gets the chance to be manager, and for a while it looked as if the club might be looking for a bigger name than Bobby Williamson. But he was the fans' choice, and he's delivered them the Tennent's Scottish Cup. Remarkable story. Let's just see again the goal which this man scored after 21 minutes, which has decided the 1997 Scottish Cup final. Paul Wright scoring for Kilmarnock. Talk us through it again, Eamon.
Well, it's a good corner kick, and we know now it was a Falkirk player that headed it on, and Paul Wright just came off the back post and finished it, very nicely indeed.
It's a great striker's goal to give, because he doesn't even hit it cleanly. He's coming back on him, he just wants to keep the ball down and try and hit the target, and he does that. That's his main aim, and of course the ball ends up in the back of the net, and the rest is history.
It has to be said, at that stage we didn't really, I don't think, imagine that this would be the only goal of the final. At that stage it looks as if we might get one or two more, didn't we?
Yeah, we felt that way. We felt it was going to be an open game, there were one or two goals, but this turned out to be the goal that won the cup. Here you see it, he just keeps it down, and actually Craig Nelson gets across the goal there, but it's unfortunately for him it's by him. Difficult ball to take here. Yeah, he hammers it into the ground.
You set up to defend corner kicks, and you decide whether you're going to have men in both posts, men in one post, the back post, and it's times like that you wish you had set someone in the back post, because he would have just kicked it clear. One of those things that happen in football, unfortunately.
Absolutely. All as you can see, the party is still going on. We've had We Are the Champions, we've had paper roses several times, and the Falkirk fans certainly are leaving Ibrox, but the Kilmarnock fans, I think, will be some time yet before they leave the scene of the greatest day in the club's history since 1929. But there was controversy near the end of a half which Falkirk had totally dominated, and this was the goal which was chopped off for offside, and which I think we might just find Eamon could well have been given.
Yeah, well, instinctively, you know, seeing it, you know, live as it were, I didn't think there was any question of offside. And really, until you see the benefit of the television replay, even then, it's a dodgy one.
Watch it
on this angle, there.
And I think he's level myself. But I tell you what a finish it is. I mean, the ball's coming behind him, and it's a great finish from Neil Oliver, volleys it right into the net.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit unlucky they called offside there.
For a central defender, it was a good finish. But when you see it from that angle, I mean, I must admit, it didn't look as if he was, you know, in front of the last defender to me.
Yeah, I mean, slightly, but I mean, I think in the situations like that, I mean, I've been in a cup final before. It was 10 years ago in St Mirren, where Dundee United got beat 1-0, and we got involved in a controversial decision like that, where Kevin Gallagher was in the net and the ball was scored and he was deemed to be in an offside position. St Mirren went right up the park and scored to make it 1-0, and it's the most depressing feeling you can imagine. You think you've done it, you think you've equalised, you think you've scored, and suddenly you've got the legs whipped from under you. I mean, the Falkirk players, you could visibly see them being gutted by that. And the opposite happens to the Kilmarnock players. They get a lift from it because they've been let off.
Yeah.
I think on balance, the goal could have been given in actual fact.
I think it's a little bit of shame actually there's been a controversial, you know, incident like that in the game.
Exactly. Yeah, you always want a clear-cut win either way, don't you?
Having said that, it's going to provide another talking point, isn't it?
Of course it does. Andy Gray, man of the match. I think in the air we'd probably agree with that. Although Eamon, quite rightly, you pointed out Ray Montgomery was outstanding for Killie, but Andy Gray was outstanding.
Gray for me was magnificent. He was. I mean, this is a fantastic through ball here. Wonderful skill from Wright. He plucks the ball at the sky with his knee. Great skill. Sends McIntyre away. And what a tackle this is with his left leg. I'm not a tackler by any manner of means, but if I was going to attempt to tackle him, I'd have went with my right leg and come across him. But what a tackle! And he must have 10 yards to catch up McIntyre there. And he showed great pace. No doubt about it, great man in the match.
And yet we should be banning the tackle from behind, they say, but that was a perfect example of how the tackle from behind can be legal.
It was a perfectly timed tackle, because he didn't take the player at all. And really, McIntyre could have really sealed the game, if you like, at that point. And you thought he did the right thing because he went across the defender, but Andy Gray got back magnificently and a great saving tackle, and that really kept Falkirk in it at that stage.
Yeah. What went wrong for Kilmarnock in the second half, Ali? Or was it just a case that Falkirk came into it strongly and didn't allow Kilmarnock to dominate?
I think maybe a couple of factors. I think maybe some of the Killie young lads tired a little bit, and maybe Paul Wright with his injury tired a little bit. But to be fair to Falkirk, they shut down the danger in the first half, which was coming from the wings, and they came into the game their own. Provided a danger with obviously a long throw-ins from Gray, had one or two chances and had the controversial goal. But I think we've got to give Falkirk credit for their second half performance, as we did do Kilmarnock in the first half, where they'd shaded it.
Good. Okay, well, we'll leave it for there for the moment, gentlemen, because we still have a little time to fill, of course, but we can look around the stadium, which is now emptying at last. Those celebrating Kilmarnock fans heading back for their buses, back to Ayrshire, where the party, I'm sure, will go on long into the night. Kilmarnock, the Tennant Scottish Cup winners for 1997. More football a little bit later, but one other major sporting event in Scotland today, the Women's World Doubles Cup at Craiglockhart. Yes, the top seeds do it again at Craiglockhart. Celebrations in Edinburgh, not quite as vociferous as they were here at Ibrox, of course, where Kilmarnock won the Tennant Scottish Cup for the first time in 68 years with that 1-0 win over Falkirk. We'll talk again about that in just a moment or two. Now, it's all very quiet around here. It wasn't the story half an hour ago, of course. Don't ask us, by the way, why Paper Roses is the Kilmarnock fan song. It has been that way for more than 20 years or so. Maybe Marie Osmond was from Dalmellington, I have no idea. But that's the song they sing. Last words on the final then, Eamon. Kilmarnock have to build on this, haven't they? It's nice to win the cup, but they want to build on it.
Well, I think they would like to try and get a wee bit more stability in the Premier League next year. I mean, they survive by the skin of their teeth. But really, there's six teams possibly every year in the Premier League are doing the same thing. I think they would like to build on it in terms of finishing higher up in the league. I don't think they're going to win the Premier League or even be second, but third or fourth would be a lot better.
And from Falkirk's point of view, a disappointing day for them, but they again must get into the Premier Division, I suppose, Ali.
Yeah, I think that's got to be their immediate target. I think they can take a lot of credit and be very happy with their performance in the Cup this season, but I think deep down they want to do better in the league next year, and promotion wouldn't be daft. I mean, it's a target they've got to set themselves, and somebody's put the lights out, or maybe it's George Filson or something like that. I think maybe Was it something I said to you?
I seem to remember the lights going out at Brockville once not that long ago, but it's obviously happened to us as well. Let's very quickly take a look again at the goal which settled this afternoon's Tennent Scottish Cup final. It was a good deal brighter then. 21 minutes past 3 this afternoon. The corner kick, the flick on, we suspect from Scott McKenzie, in fact, rather than Kevin McGowne, and well taken by Paul Wright. The man who was playing in his first cup final after 14 years, after missing out with Aberdeen, missing out with Hibs, and finally he gets a chance to play in a final, and the celebrations began on the Kilmarnock bench. It was to prove the only goal of the final. Kilmarnock going on to win by that Paul Wright goal. Here it is again from the other angle. We've talked it through several times.
Yeah, I think it does come off the defender actually.
Yeah.
But it's a great finish from a striker's point of view.
And one last time, the goal which Kilmarnock fans certainly will never tire of seeing, Paul Wright's goal, which gives them the Tennent Scottish Cup. But of course the controversy was over the goal which never was, very near the end, and it was Neil Oliver who came up from the back when Falkirk were throwing everything forward. Now the interesting point, let's freeze it just before the head. There it is. The ball has been headed, and I wonder, that looked as if it might just have been onside. What do you think, Alison?
I think he's level, Dougie, I really do. As the head from Big James gets knocked over there, I think he's level with the lad in front of him, and I think he's got to find himself a little bit unlucky to deemed offside there. But what about, I love this finish. Oh, what a goal. It really is. That won't be any sort of consolation for him, I'm sure. But he certainly sticks it away well. I think he was just level, and I think Falkirk a little bit aggrieved.
Absolutely. Now, our man of the match winner was Hazel Mullins from Castle Douglas. The man of the match himself, of course, was Andy Gray. Small consolation for Andy Gray, who was outstanding in the Falkirk defence today. But Hazel Mullins predicted that he would be, and so she wins the trip to Malta next weekend to see Scotland play Malta, with all the expenses and £250 spending money thrown in as well. We're still sitting here in the dark, so what we can do is take a look at what we've got for you later tonight. There you are, Sports Scene, the Scottish Cup, 10:50, highlights of the final, Kilmarnock against Falkirk. Also England-South Africa, the international at Old Trafford tonight. We'll also have a camera on the Kilmarnock bus, so we'll see some of those scenes from Kilmarnock tonight as they celebrate that first cup win in 68 years. Go on.
Can I just come in here and say you two are looking a lot better at this moment in time, actually.
This is as well as Eamon Bannon and I have looked in some considerable time. So, from the darkness of Ibrox, with the news that Kilmarnock have won the Tennent Scottish Cup, from Eamon Bannon, from Ollie McIntyre, and from all of us, thanks for being with us. Goodbye for now.